Hey everyone, welcome to Reddit Readout. Today we are checking out True Off My Chest. Story 1. I messed up and I know it's going to hurt my friends. I'm making this because I need advice. I know I'm in the wrong here. Correct me if not and please help me. I, 13F, am in middle school and I met one of my best friends in my gym class last year. Her name is Alana, 13F, and she struggles with a lot of things including love and friendship. Alana told me that she had a friend who she really liked. Her name was Alyssa, 13F, over the last few months of the school year in 7th grade. Alyssa was asexual, doesn't date, and when Alana confessed to Alyssa, Alyssa turned her down because she didn't feel the same way. Recently in the beginning years of 8th grade, Alyssa and I have gotten really close. We relate in a lot of things and eventually, I found myself falling for her. I feel like shit about it. But it gets worse. Alana still likes Alyssa and last night, Alyssa told me that she likes me, and I told her I felt the same way. We started dating and we both don't want to keep it from Alana. We feel bad about it, because I am dating her crush even though I know that Alana has liked Alyssa longer than I've even know Alyssa. We are also friends with a girl named Lily, 14F. Today, Lily confessed that she liked me. I told her I had a girlfriend, but I didn't tell her it was our best friend. I feel so bad and Alyssa and I are going to tell Alana and Lily that we're dating. It's going to hurt them so badly, but Alyssa and I have both been hurt by lovers so badly, and it's a new type of love we feel where we both just want to protect each other. I know we're in the wrong, but it feels so right saying her. Anyone got any advice on how to tell Lily and Alana? Any and all advice is so appreciated. Thank you. Story 2. I'm 35 and never been to a live music show or festival. It's super embarrassing if I'm around people, and they're talking about it, and I get asked what's the last show I seen. Story 3. It should be okay to be thin too. Unpopular to the extreme, but growing up all my life I've felt like shit for my natural body shape. I didn't grow up during the skinny is beautiful trend, I came into teenagehood loving all bodies and despising mine. Bony, stick, skeleton, no ass, sharp, saying I have an ed, telling me I need a burger. I love burgers. They're my all-time favorite food, I would eat them every day. I've never had an ed. Sure, there were times where I financially was unable to eat, but most my life I had easy access to food, lunch and dinner every night, and snacks if I got peckish. I'm just thin. I hate being judged on my appetite because I like to stretch out my meal times as I get full super easy. It's not fun. I went to a buffet super excited, ate 2 plates and got so sick I had to lay down in the car while my family had fun without me. I want to be able to say, hey, please don't say that about my body. Or having a small appetite isn't indicative of an ed without being told I'm glorifying ed or being skinny. That I'm fat phobic or trying to be the victim. I'm really not. I just want people to know sometimes people are just built that way without any external factors. Like some people are heavier built without any external factors. I want to be proud and happy to look in the mirror, feel sexy if I post a video of myself without having to worry if I come off too skeletal. If all bodies are beautiful, thin ones are too. Also, I'm not even model thin, I'm thin, no ass, no boobs, long and tall with large hands with long ass fingers, so more cryptid than supermodel, yet I still get all the hate. Story 4. My friend is too overbearing. This year has made me realize my friend is very overbearing. I don't know if that is the name for it. She gets mad so fast, but if she insults you, you can't take it personal or else she will mad at you for days. When she vents you have to be there at the exact time she's typing or else she deleted everything and says none of us care about what she has to say. If we do things she doesn't like without her and don't ask her to join even though she will say no, she gets mad and doesn't speak to us for days. If she joke about something personal of hers she will get mad and immediately start insulting our appearance, weight, background, problems, anything she can think of at the moment. I love her though, I really do, we all have been friends for years. I would never think of dropping her as a friend, even though she's told us to our faces she will drop us in a few years. I will always be there for any of her problems, but I just needed to say all of this to someone. Story 5. Some random uncle watched me work out and started judging me. So to start off, I'm not bulky at all, in fact I'm very thin and I recently joined the gym after years of insecurity about my size. I've been working out for 2 months and I'm finally able to lift slightly heavier weights. My trainer says I'm fine and he now leaves me to work out alone for some standard exercises, and in the complicated ones he stands there. I was working out and a random uncle came and just watched me. It made uncomfortable. I was on my 3rd set, so I had increased the weights and was obviously struggling to complete the set. He just watched me and then started telling me how to do it. First off I was doing hammer curls and he was teaching me bicep curls for some reason. Then he kept making me lower my weights, saying don't lift heavier, do it in this form first. I felt very uncomfortable and cut my workout and got on the treadmill and went home. I understand his intentions, but if my trainer said it's right then it should be fine, right? The gym is small but watching me work out is really uncomfortable, especially since I'm very conscious about it. I know it's bothering me more than it should, but I feel like bunking the gym today or going at a different time. Story 6. I love honking at my neighbors. Recently moved into my own home and made friends with a few neighbors. I can't express the joy it brings me to do a quick beep beep when I'm driving by and they're outside. Truly a neighborhood. Story 7. My partner keeps pressuring me for a threesome and I'm on the verge of leaving him. My partner, 26 male, who is also my kid's dad, and I, 26 female, have known each other for about 12 years or more now. We were together 8 years and have 2 children together. We've had a rocky on and off relationship, but technically we not in an exclusive relationship. He has 2 other children with another woman who he lives with. Let me add, he and his other baby mom worked together and I'm 97% sure he cheated on me with her while I was pregnant with our daughter. He left me when I was 7 months pregnant and ended up with her soon after. My kid's dad has always known I was bi. We have a type of relationship where we talk about any and everything. He knows my darkest secrets and insecurities, but I think he uses them against me. After he left me I tried to find happiness any way I could, no matter if it was a man or woman. After 2 months after our daughter was born I ended up in a relationship with another guy. The relationship was very abusive, both physical and mental. My kid's dad knew the situation, and although he was in a relationship with his other baby mom he still pursued a sexual relationship with me on and off while my ex was in jail. During one of our off times, I had a threesome with one of my old flings from high school. Me and him has always had a sexual relationship, nothing more or less, but never while me and my kid's dad were together. The threesome happened on the guy's birthday. It was unplanned and just happened. Let me add, I was very uncomfortable when I arrived because the girl was already there and they both were drunk. I was sober. The whole time the mood was off. I felt stupid because I really only did it to please the guy since it was his birthday and I was trying to get over my ex. Midway through the threesome I felt some type of way, so I put my clothes on and left. I cried the way home because I couldn't believe how low I would go to please someone, especially since I knew we had to no future together. If it isn't obvious by now, I struggle with self-love. The day after my kid's dad called me to talk. If it was fate or what, because that morning I had a dream he got married. He ended up coming over to have sex a few hours after our call. I was still working and had a few minutes left before the end of my shift when he arrived. Somehow he got my phone and started going through it. He read the messages from the girl from the threesome. She kept asking why I left and to please come back. We got into a big argument and he left. The same day he proposed to his other baby mama. My dream was right. We hurt each other, I guess. It has now been 5 years. He still lives with the other girl but cheats on her with me. But every other month we have an argument about a threesome. He doesn't care who, when or where it happens as long as he gets one. It makes me feel uncomfortable, especially since I don't trust him enough. Who's to say if I give him this things will still be the same? We've had this conversation over and over. I don't mind giving him one, but he doesn't consider my feelings about it or to make sure the time is right. I told him I will give him one, but little does he know I'm leaning towards leaving him after. Am I wrong? Should I cut ties and just move on? I also must add he is becoming an info and it's turning me off, especially because of the arguments about sex and threesomes. I'm halfway out the door tbh. Story 8. My fiancé called me disgustin' for hoping I was pregnant. I've been in a relationship for 7 years now, we are high school sweethearts and he proposed at year 3. No schedule yet for a wedding, we decided to postpone until we could afford a house. It's been 4 years since postponing it and no house yet. I have been begging for a child this year and I've gotten aggressive after a passing of a close family member. I feel like my family is dying before they can see my own family. So far in the last 2 years, 4 family members of mine have died. I feel stuck and alone. My fiancé works the night shift so I rarely see him. I love him, I wanted to start a family so eagerly, I wanted him to be the father. I was on birth control, IUD, and it ran out, so I have to still get it replaced. He knows I'm not on birth control, so after the funeral I was at a low point and craved the feeling to be adored and wanted. We had unprotected sex and he didn't pull out. In my head I thought finally after 7 years I'll get a baby. I'll start my family, I have something to say to my family when they ask how life is going. Because during the funeral all my older family members asked me about my life, if I want kids, if my boyfriend wants kids. I say boyfriend here because I corrected one auntie and she asked about the wedding date, can't give her one cause postponed. My grandmother asked if she could see my kids before she dies. I felt like I had nothing to show for my life. So I was very excited about a possible pregnancy. The next morning I went out with my fiancé and we talked about the night before. And words were exchanged, we have been having fights already, and he said, you will not force me to have a child over and over again. Then he told me, if I force him to have a child, he will kill the child and then me. After he said I knew I shouldn't have hoped for a good day. It was weird that you're this happy. You're just happy over being pregnant. This is why I don't touch you or fuck you, because all you want is a child. That's fucking disgusting. But what's wrong with being happy with starting a family with that guy I love? I work full-time, clean, cook, support his decisions and still crave sex. So I'm confused as to why he wouldn't want me. I'm hurt he said those things to me. I just don't think he see me as his future anymore. I just wanted love and affection, but after him calling me disgusting, I don't want him touching me and I can't even look at him. After this he tried to say that he does love me and does care. And yes, he wants to start a family with me one day, but he needs to be ready and I cannot force it. But even with him saying that, there's only one thing in my mind, which is that's fucking disgusting, so in my head it means I'm disgusting. Because I was happy about a slight chance of a pregnancy. Update after reading some. That's all for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.